Hello. Hello. Too loud. Hello, hello. Much better.
hope, we who bring a saving message, who welcome all in our doors, Muslims and Hindus, atheists and Christians, straight, gay, lesbian, and bisexual, cisgender, transgender, non-binary, and intersex, all who are searching, seeking, looking for more meaning, more service, more love. All of us gathered here together. I'd like to invite you to put your smartphone on the worship mode. That means it's not going to make any sounds, but you are still free during the service to be sending out messages, posting on social media, especially pictures of all these beautiful flowers. Maybe even send someone an invitation to join you here next week. Please rise now, either in body or in spirit, and join us in singing Color and Fragrance, and please remain standing for our chalice lighting.
And fragrance, magical rhythm, sweet, the words will change us with them. Life within life, inner light gently glowing. Surely you seem to be God's vision growing. O starry heavens, worlds of all splendor, suns without number, new life and gender, wheel in a wheel with a light brightly glowing, moving in harmony, God's vision growing. And full of pebbles, high mountain passes, depths of the ocean, dew on the grasses, great things and small, with a light gently glowing, word of the wordless song, God's vision growing.
Is being lit by Ellie. Is it on? Hello. This is a congregation bound not by creed but by covenant. May those in agreement affirm our church covenant now. We affirm a caring community of and for all ages, seeking wisdom, doing service, and living with integrity. In our diversity, our covenant holds us in unity as we celebrate our shared spiritual journey. Good morning. My name is Diane, and my pronouns are she, her. One thing I particularly love about Live Oak is that everyone here has a sense of humor, especially when people forget their lines. I'd like to welcome any guests we have today. Thank you for taking a chance to walk through our doors and join us for worship. If this is your first time here, please stop by the visitors table so we can meet you and answer any questions you might have. This is a church that's buzzing 7 days a week. The definitive way to keep up with what's happening is through our weekly email newsletter, hint, hint. You can sign up for it at the visitor's desk or go to our website at liveoakuu.org and click What's Happening. Live Oak has many ways for you to connect with our beloved community beyond Sunday. Opportunities are shared on our website or in the newsletter. One event happening this week is our Buildings and Grounds team meeting Monday night. Everyone is welcome at 7 p.m. in room 105 to discuss projects that will keep our church beautiful. It's okay to be tired of change. It's okay to be tired of everything different. Okay to be weary of resiliency and wholeness and learning and growth, and to yearn simply for rest. It's okay to be grouchy and unsatisfied, and all the ordinary human ways of being that we are. Let this morning be a reminder that you are loved. Let our time together soothe what is restless within you. May you be comforted in knowing that whatever you're feeling today and all the other days, you're not alone. You're never alone. Come, let us worship together.
Wow, Diane, I actually heard an audible exhalation. I think we needed that this morning. Each Sunday when we gather as a congregation, we bring our joys and sorrows with us into this room. And so when we share them and then we ask for remembrance or prayer or thoughts, we make of this sanctuary a sacred circle. And here we sorry, I'm very exciting. First, Eileen Burke, tomorrow is my last ever AP test, also my hardest. Please wish me luck. And Erica and David Konopka share. The Konopka family is happy to announce we are expecting a baby girl in November. And Daniela wanted to share the good news that I got accepted into a master's program in clinical mental health in this fall. For this fall, excited to start. For all of the joys and sorrows, and I know on this day, on Mother's Day, it can be very complicated. We may be carrying all sorts of feelings. So for all of those spoken and unspoken joys and sorrows, we bear witness with our care and concern. Please join me in singing.
You are willing and able for hymn number 305, De Coloris.
And get the first slide up because it's in Spanish. And if you want to grab a hymnal, it's number 305 in the gray hymnal. De colores se visten los campos en la primavera. De colores son los pajaritos que vienen de afuera. De colores es el arco iris que vemos lucir. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. All the colors, yes, the colors of people parading on by with their banners. All the colors, yes, the colors of pennants and streamers and plumes and bandanas. All the colors, yes, the colors of people now taking their place in the sun. All the colors abound for the whole world around and for everyone under the sun. all the colors, yes, the black and the white and the red and the brown and the yellow, all the colors of people who smile and shake hands and say hello, all the colors, yes, the colors of people who know that their freedom is won. All the colors abound for the whole world around and for everyone under the sun. All the colors abound for the whole world around and for everyone under the sun.
I am your Director of Lifespan Faith Development, and today is a very special day, not just the flower communion, but it is our bridging ceremony for our seniors. Yes, give it up, give it up. The bridging ceremony celebrates the transition of our youth from their high school experience into young adulthood. It is a time of tremendous change and stress for both the youth and their parents. It is a time when some may leave our particular community to travel to new places and to have new experiences. The bridging ceremony is a rite of passage that welcomes these bright and energetic people into the rewards and responsibilities of adult life. The bridge has two sides. One is childhood and adolescence, where they have become leaders and role models for their younger friends and their acquaintances. The other side is that vast frontier of the unknown, full of boundless opportunities and new challenges. We, the adult members of the church community, also stand on the other side. We stand on the other side with our arms open wide to welcome you, our minds prepared to mentor and learn from you, and our hearts prepared to share life with you. I would like to call Apollo, Eileen, and Nick forward. This community has had the privilege of witnessing you grow. Come on up. From children to youth to young adults. And I have had the pleasure in the last couple of years of working with you as you've assumed leadership roles and have become mentors to our youth. And I have appreciated forming a relationship with the three of you so deeply. I'd like to invite Eileen to share, and Apollo. First we'll have Eileen, and then Apollo, and then we'll hear from Nick.
Apologies, I lost my glasses this morning, so bear with me. When Chris asked if I wanted to speak during bridging, immediately I knew my answer was yes. I wanted to say thank you to this church for everything you've given me over the years. But when I sat down to write this, with only a week and a half till bridging, I realized I didn't have a clue how to say it. Words could never properly portray how being a part of this church has meant to me, but I'm gonna try anyways. I never really felt like part of this church until I started live streaming services in 2021. My dad had set up the live stream system and quickly got me involved with it. I love working with technology. It's why I'm going into software engineering, and I quickly fell in love with it. I found myself going to church every Sunday, not just dragged along by my parents, but excited. And through the live stream, I finally listened to the services. Obviously, I had heard the services before, but for the first time, I actually listened. And can I just say, Reverend Joanna has amazing sermons. Every Sunday, I had something new to think about. One service that sticks out to me was actually pretty recent. Reverend Joanna's service about what are you willing to do? It had me leaving the day, reconsidering what I was willing to do to fulfill my values, and even, weirdly enough, write a book about it. But the sermons were just the beginning. Eventually, and I say eventually because I can be kind of introverted before I get to know people, shocking with me being up here. But eventually, I started to connect with people in the church. My favorite part of being in this church is no longer doing the live stream. In fact, I'm a little burnt out of that part. I think doing anything for 4 years can do that to you. My new part of church is all of you. When I can sit down at the table after service and get to hear different people's views on the sermons or on what's happening in the world, or the sweet words everyone gave us after Apollo and I's service in February, or even just when one of you comes up to ask me when I'm leaving and where I'm going. To answer those questions, you're stuck with me till August, and I'm going to Rochester Institute of Technology in New York, and yes, I know it's very cold up there. I've never felt more loved than being at this church, and leaving is gonna suck. Even if I end up going to UU Church in Rochester, I'll always know one thing: they aren't Live Oak. Thank you for everything you've given me.
Okay, so I thought about doing writing this beforehand, and I couldn't bring myself to do that. I was like, I'm gonna procrastinate because I don't want to admit that I'm moving on. I'm going to other places, and I'm gonna be doing other things. And unlike usually, procrastination never came. I never got around to doing it. So I'm just gonna talk how I feel because I think that's the best way to do it. And I remember I started coming to this church before I can actually even remember it, because I know that we moved here to this area when we were 3, and I think we started coming when we were 5. Oddly enough, I remember one church that we tried out before Live Oak, and all I remember about it was Veggie Tales. That was the only thing I remember. But then I remember story time. And I remember all the friends I made at RE, and that was my favorite time. And then I remember we started not coming as much, and I remember I hit a really rough part in my life where I couldn't quite see the road ahead. And then I started coming back to church just because I was like, you know what? Why not? Why not come back? It doesn't kill me to wake up at a decent time on a Sunday. And so I started coming, and then I started talking to people, and the people that I couldn't remember the face for my life. I couldn't remember people's faces or their names when I was a kid. And then when I started coming as a teen, I was like, oh, I remember you, and I remember you. And now I'm looking out at all of y'all's faces, and I think I can point out 90, maybe 95% of y'all by name. And that makes me feel so accomplished because I usually don't remember people's names or faces. And then I started volunteering at the church. And I started with a soundboard. And I even remember, during the pandemic when I was struggling with science, Bill Dower, he tutored me in science, and it was the most fun I ever had with science. It was absolutely amazing, and I can't thank him enough because I thought I lost my love for science, but I didn't. I just had the wrong teacher, and I can't imagine not coming, but unfortunately, I will be, well, maybe not unfortunately, because I'm kind of really excited for it. I'm going to be going to Texas Tech in Lubbock. It's really far away, but not as far as New York. So I will be visiting, and y'all cannot get rid of me. I will be coming back. But that's about all I have to say, I guess, because this place just means so much to me. I've been coming here all of my remembered life. And I will continue.
Yeah. I'm Nick. Okay, I'm gonna make it closer. I haven't been coming here very long. I have been just as long as Apollo has, since we've been 3 or 5. But I just kind of never paid attention to the services. And then If I don't think any of y'all know what school me and Paul go to, but we go to a charter school, and one of the requirements is to get 100 volunteer hours before we graduate. And this church had like a lot of volunteer opportunities, so I just kind of started doing them so I could get with. And I'm kind of happy that our school made us do that, because without it, I wouldn't have started coming back here. And I definitely need to keep coming back here more often, because like this place is just kind of like means so much to me. And I'm also not leaving like they are. I'm staying for at least another year, so yay. I also wasn't just like not really gonna do a speech before, because I have terrible stage fright. So, but after hearing them two speak, I was like, I should at least say a little bit, saying like kind of like how thankful I am for this place and everything. So I'm just gonna end it at that.
Nick, you did good. All of you did good. Nick was going to say ditto. So, isn't it funny when you're surrounded by love what you're capable of doing? Yeah. So now I'm going to invite us all. We're going to do the litany of bridging. And if I can get the slides. Today we mark a transition not only in the lives of these young people, but in the lives of their families, who will be changed in the coming weeks and months. We also mark a transition in this congregation. And so I invite you to join in saying your part in the litany by bridging, the litany for bridging, and you will find the words on the slides. And you'll see our first is for our youth and young adults. If we can all say together these words, if you are a youth or young adult. For your gifts of friendship and joy, we thank you. For memories we will always cherish, we thank you. As you leave this youth community, we give you our blessing. And now I invite your parents, caregivers, teachers to join in the next words. Excuse me. We see you now ready to face new challenges as you enter adulthood. Our love goes with you. We give you our blessing. For all the adults in the congregation, for your many gifts, for your vision and your energy, for your questions and your challenges, we welcome you. For the hopes you bring and the worries you share, we welcome you. As you join this adult community, we give you our blessing. And all of us together. Wherever you go, remember that you always have a home here. And remember that you are loved beyond. Yeah. I really need water. And now we have presentations of gifts from one of our youth advisors. Oh, can I have the slides back up, please? Just so you know, this is what is in the bag. They have a collapsible chalice that can travel with them wherever they go. A light to light their way, a candle to light their way. A necklace and a charm to keep them safe. A pair of socks to always let them know that they're loved and they're warm. Now, this gift does not come with no attachments, so I'm just saying. There is a charge. Dr. Howard Thurman said, don't ask yourself what the world needs, ask yourself what makes you come alive, and then go out and do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. Our charge to you as you begin to build your futures is to find your calling, your passion. Find what makes you come alive. Dig deep into your soul and into the roots of our religious traditions. Dig deep into the truths that you have found in relationship with others, and find the path that truly makes you come alive. Pursue the passion through which you find the courage to change what we can, to make the world a brighter place. Let the balance of what you do in the world add to the greater good. And now we have a special presentation. Hit it. sing along if you know the words.
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. And although this wave is stringing us along, just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. The trouble, it might drag you down. You get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
All right, we're getting short on time, but I just want to tell you that in the meeting with the youth, they decided what elements they wanted in their bridging, even though they didn't know what they were doing. Like, they literally didn't know what was going to happen today. And the only thing they really agreed on was they didn't want parents in the pulpit because they didn't want them crying. So I invited the parents to write their wishes for their kids and their blessings. And then I took what they said and I combined the families. And this is the parents' blessing to you. As you cross the bridge into young adulthood, our hearts are full of pride, full of gratitude, and most of all, full of love. It's hard to believe how quickly time has passed, how you've grown from curious children into compassionate, thoughtful, and resilient people, ready to step into the wider world. We've watched you with joy as you explored your passions, faced challenges with courage, and built connections that reflect the kindness and strength within each of you. Your journey so far has been filled with learning, with laughter, with growth, and now a new chapter begins. As you prepare to leave for college and new things and new adventures, we hold many hopes for you. May you find communities where you are seen, where you are valued, where you are supported. May you build friendships that fill your heart with joy and become your chosen family. May your learning continue to challenge and excite you, keeping your mind sharp and your spirit open. Take a breath. We know the world you are stepping into is complex and sometimes difficult, especially for those whose identities are not always fully embraced. In those moments, remember, your identity is not a challenge to overcome. It is a gift. It is powerful. It is beautiful. Live authentically, live proudly, and never dim your light for anyone. You carry within you all that you need: your intelligence, your compassion, your resilience, the steady love of those who believe in you. This community, your family, your friends, we are your anchors. You will always have love and support no matter where your paths lead. So go forward with open hearts, with curious minds. Embrace the future with courage, with joy, with hope. We are so proud of who you are and all that you are becoming. We bless you. We love you. May life unfold with joy. Amen, and blessed be. Let's give a round to the kids. Huzzah!
Put your glasses on. Yep. Our reading today is To Remember Our Promises by Sarah C. Stewart. Bring who you are as you enter our church this morning. Bring your best self and your struggling self. Bring your mistakes and your triumphs. Bring your shortcomings and your recommitment to good. Bring yourself here and open your heart to beauty, to truth, to the door that is open to the presence of God. Here in this church, we're trying to walk together on the peaceable way, trying to hammer out division and hatred and all that separates one from another. We'll try, and we'll fall short, but held in love, we all try again. We come together this morning as a church to bow our heads in prayer, to raise our voices in song, to remember our promises and vow to live by them once again.
When you show up to church, do you bring your whole self, your complete self, including all of your beliefs and your doubts? I think sometimes in any Unitarian Universalist congregation, it's much easier to bring our doubts in. It feels a little bit more comfortable. I remember a few years ago, there was a comedian, Jeff Foxworthy, who used to have this bit that he did about, you might be a redneck if. By the way, if I have to suffer, so did you. I actually looked back. That was 38 years ago. In case you needed to be aware on this day of how time flies. But at that time, I remember in UU congregations, we all started doing our own bit with it of, you might be a Unitarian Universalist if, things like today we would probably say if you drive a Prius, things like that. There was one, though, at that time that has stuck with me, and it was, and I was not a minister at that point, but it was, if you call your minister in the middle of the night, freaking out because you're starting to believe in God, you may be a Unitarian Universalist. Two things. First, please don't call me in the middle of the night. I know it feels urgent to you. Please wait until after I've had at least one cup of coffee. And the reason why it is funny is, with all jokes, is because there's a grain of truth in it. It's really interesting, like if we were Methodist and you were starting to doubt the existence of God, that may be part of why you're here today, right? You probably in the Methodist church or Baptist or wherever, you might not share that with your fellow congregants because you would be afraid of what they would think of you if they knew of this doubt. I worry that in our UU congregations, we do the opposite. That those who are considering the idea of God, maybe that is a concept that works for their spiritual path, and they're afraid to share it with their fellow congregants because they're afraid of what they will be thought of. Not as smart, not as skeptical as they should be. But we are a big tent religion. We need to be able to bring in all of our tender beliefs and our doubts and be able to share them with each other, because that's going to enhance the experience and the growth that we have, the faith development that we are doing for all of us. And right now, in this moment in time that we are living in, what a radical act it is to be able to have true dialogue, to be able to talk to other people and say, this is what I believe, but where you're not trying to persuade the other person that they need to think or believe the same way you do. And what a radical act it is to be the person listening and realize that you have no responsibility to be judge and jury of what this other person believes. Whether you agree with it or not has nothing to do with it. That's not the purpose. That's not why we share. When you are the listener, The purpose is simply to listen, to be honored that someone is sharing their true self with you, and to be a witness to their spiritual journey, just as they are a witness to yours. This ceremony that we are doing today, look at the diversity of all of these different flowers. That was the purpose. Norbert Čapek, who was a Czechoslovakian Unitarian minister in the 1920s, he created this because he wanted a way to symbolize the beauty and the theological diversity in our congregations. That's what we do today. When you see all of this, think about what it means to our community. And think about what it means to you to show up as who you are. If you're a daisy, don't pretend to be a gladiola. Be who you are. Because I would gently say this: if you are not showing up as your full self, if you are not sharing that with us, one of the named values of Unitarian Universalism is generosity. Work on that. Don't cheat us of you. Would you join me now in a moment of reflection? We come together, all ages, all beliefs, all doubts, with different visions of God and what happens after we die and the purpose of life, and is there a force in the universe, and do we have access to it? We bring in our skepticism, which is good. We bring in our hopes, which is good. We come together as one community made up of a diverse group of voices and visions and ideas. So may it be. Please join me in singing.
An outside source, oh, there it goes, but from within. We invite you to make a financial contribution to help sustain this church's vital work, knowing that every gift, large and small, is appreciated and carefully used in the service of our mission. The QR code and text information for donations is available in the back of the seat pocket. Should you wish to donate by credit card, Apple or Google Pay, someone from stewardship can assist you near the kitchen after the service. As the ushers come forward to receive the offering, I invite you to say with me these words. We are building beloved community. Come on. Oh, there it goes. We are building beloved community with our labor and with our treasure. With gratitude, we receive the offering. May it help us to fulfill our mission in the world.
Wrote to the president of the American Unitarian Association, Sam Elliott. We are trying to find new expressions of our religious life very slowly and carefully. We have made a new experiment in symbolizing our liberty and brotherhood in a service which was so powerful and impressive that I have never experienced anything like it. The most dry and rationalistic members were moved, and many an eye brightened through tears. On that very Sunday, everybody was supposed to bring a flower. The sight of so many beautiful flowers was wonderful, and more of them were coming, solemnly yet joyfully, with full understanding of the meaning. In my sermon, I put emphasis upon the individual character of each member flower, on our liberty as a foundation of our fellowship. Then I emphasized our common cause, our belonging together as one spiritual community. And when they go home, that each is to take one flower just as it comes, without making any distinction where it comes from and who it represents, to confess that we accept one each other as siblings without regard to class, race, or other distinction, acknowledging everybody as our friend who is human and wants to be good. After the consecration of flowers, I will invite you to come forward and accept one as Čapek intended, just as it comes, knowing that you are signifying our commitment to accept each other just as we are, beautiful in our diversity.
We consecrate these flowers with the same words that were used by the Reverends Norbert and his wife, Maya Čapek. Infinite Spirit of life, we ask your blessings on these flowers, these messengers of fellowship and love. May they remind us amidst diversities of knowledge and of gifts to be one in desire and affection and devotion. May they also remind us of the value of companionship, of doing and sharing alike. May we cherish friendship as one of life's most precious gifts. May we not let awareness of another's talents discourage us or sully our relationship, but realize that whatever we can do, great or small, the efforts of all of us are needed to do our work in this world. Let our flowers be consecrated by our intention. Amen.
Religious community is not like a store. You don't get to select the ways that you will be transformed here. Rather, you simply are transformed by being in this diverse, inclusive community. Today, let us do as the Reverend Norbert Čapek instructed, taking one flower just as it comes. Please come forward.
This week I found a 1942, this is July of 1942, the edition of the Christian Register Unitarian, which at that time that was our denominational magazine. And in it there was an article out of Cambridge, Massachusetts, talking about how 3 years previous to that, they had had their first flower communion because Maya Čapek had actually come to their church. And so they're talking in this article all about doing what they did, very similar to what we did today. And they note in it that the people, it says, some bring flowers in the memory of their beloved dead or experiences cherished as the most sacred of their lives. This year, some brought flowers for men now far away in the armed services. This was 1942. Some members brought flowers for Dr. Čapek, the creator of this ritual, now no longer ministering to his people in Prague, but somewhere in Nazi hands, a symbol of that countless multitude of patient prisoners of undying hope and faith. What they did not know was that in July of 1942, Dr. Čapek was being moved to Dachau, and he would be put to death that October for listening to foreign radio broadcasts, which was determined to be treason. Right now, I realize that saying something like, come here, bring your authentic self, may sound light and unimportant, but it's important for us to remember that over the years, people have died for exactly that. The more we come here and out in the world as our full, whole, authentic selves, the more we give permission for other people to be brave and do likewise. Go forward this week knowing that you are lovable and loved, and spread that love out in the world.
Today, in lieu of classes during the Faith Development Hour, in honor of Flower Communion and all the hard work of the Buildings and Grounds crew, we are inviting you to meet on the front porch, right out these doors where the quilted stained glass is at, to take a tour of our spring garden with Sue, who's right over here, and also to see the new installation of a bench that is on the porch in honor of Hella and all of the incredible work she has done in our garden over the years, and to take in the beauty of nature and how everything that's on this grounds makes us who we are. It's all poured in with love. The nursery is closed in honor of Mother's Day, and there are activities on the tables in the fellowship hall if you'd like to engage your hands while you share your thoughts. Thank you.
I invite you to rise for our closing hymn, number 354, We Laugh, We Cry, and remain standing for the extinguishing of our chalice.
Something into which we can
If Ellie will come back up. Yep. Let us say these words to each other. Maybe. Oh, there we go. We extinguish the flame here, that it may glow gently in our hearts. May it light your path as you leave this place. May it guide your way until we are together again. It's been a gift to be together today. Thank you to today's home team, who provided hospitality and worship and tech leadership. We have Don and Oliver on the live stream, and then Larice, Barbara, Catherine, Mike, and Mark on the home team. And I can read my handwriting. How about that? Let's continue that hospitality by spending the next 5 minutes talking with someone we don't know. Members, be sure to introduce yourself to any first-time visitors we have. They're the ones with the handwritten name tags, and show them where the visitors table and the coffee are. And may we all know the blessings of friendship.